So, Steve Jobs was famous for walking meetings. Reading his biography, he always believed that he could think better, his mind was clearer, he was more creative, as were the people that he met with when they were moving. So one of the reasons he created his campus with large areas to walk and move was with the expectation that the Apple team would get out, move, walk, and hopefully have more creativity, have more integration across domains, both within their brain but also within the industry, and come up with better solutions more quickly. I don't know that he had research that proved this, but there is a large amount of research and growing information. On your left, morning. Growing research showing that this is exactly what happens with our brains, and also interpersonally when we move our bodies. I'm always espousing the importance of transportation, active transportation, for people because it improves their physical health, but also their emotional health. Helps people feel happier, helps them de-stress, have a little bit of a alone time. But it goes beyond this in terms of the neurocognitive functions. There's good evidence from psychologists that activating your senses stimulates your brain in different ways, improves anxiety, improves depression, but also improves, in growing evidence showing that it improves creativity as well. Interestingly, moving your body through space has been shown to improve creativity, mood, and other cognitive functions. We found that this is first identified by walking or running, that sort of activity, but also found that biking does the same thing. Interestingly and sadly, driving does not. Driving does not stimulate either your senses and or your brain-body connection in such a way that lights up the different areas of your brain. So we experimented back at my previous job with every once in a while some walking meetings, and I tried to do this when I could. It's a little contrary to the way a lot of people think about meetings and about how you get things done. But I'm with Steve Jobs. I think it helps us be creative. If you think about evolution of humans, we evolved in a social context, or our social context evolved with movement. I'm sure there was many times where our forefathers and mothers sat around quietly doing nothing, maybe around the fire, and discussed the day or the plans for tomorrow. But the majority of their time was spent, if you look at me, the majority of their time was spent, their social time was spent moving. Whether they're hunting, gathering, field dressing, prey, taking care of children, cooking, maintaining, their village. It was lots of movement, and so it comes as no surprise that our brains evolved in such a way that movement, physical movement, facilitates cognitive function along with emotional well-being, creativity, and interpersonal connection. So I think this provides more clear evidence and really rationale for encouraging people not only to move their bodies to get places, but to move their bodies while they're doing the things they need to do. Moving together, such as in a walking train or a bike train to and from school, walking with friends or biking with friends places when you're a child, but also adults finding ways to go for a nice walk with one another. There's a reason it's inherently pleasant and people do it. And we're getting better at understanding the neurochemistry that gives rise to these positive feelings and positive benefits. So, interestingly, when I am on my own walking or running or riding, my brain lights up a lot. And that's one of the reasons I like to listen to podcasts and books if I'm alone, because it's my creativity and ideas about what is happening and what is possible all expand significantly when I'm physically active. I joke with myself that sometimes my ideas are so pie in the sky that once I get back home and back into the static mindset, static body, but also maybe static brain mindset, that I second guess the ideas and aspirations that I had while I was out walking, running, or biking. A good example, yesterday on my way to work, I was talking to myself, musing about the possibility of starting a bike bus, or just engaging in some sort of activity that invites members of our community to learn more about livable communities and engage their families. And the conclusion I came to is that staying focused in an area that's a little more doable might be more reasonable, and that area might be focusing on healthy kids, and more so kids having the opportunity to move about their community independently and under their own power. That helps them develop not only physically, mentally, emotionally, socially. It helps them develop their independence as well, which is extremely important. Independence and autonomy and self-efficacy are so important for our kids. So staying focused around that area makes sense. I don't really want to create massive projects on my own, because the organization of massive projects, and even just small projects, detail, is not my forte. It's not what I enjoy either. So, engaging the power and the motivation that mostly parents have, but also maybe kids, around helping their kids be healthier, seems like a good outlet or a good opportunity. So yesterday I came to the conclusion that I wanted to start a Healthy Kids Cambridge Facebook group to start with, or Livable Cambridge or something like that. But I think it's more focused on kids that's going to be useful. The other thing is, kids are not something that people automatically see as a politically polarizing force or issue. Irrespective of your political stripes or tendency to see things in binary ways or demonize certain people. I'll go for a second. People of all stripes want to support their kids. That was cute. They prioritize kids, at least in their minds, if not in their actions. And I think the only reason that their actions don't prioritize kids is because they're just too busy going along with the status quo to realize how the status quo undermines their children's well-being. So, engaging around kids' well-being is probably what I want to do. Funnily, my enthusiasm for that idea waned a bit after I got off my bike and let inertia, both mentally and physically, take over. So I need to keep talking about this and keep doing it while I'm moving in order to maintain my inertia, or my momentum, I should say. So that's my story. Have a good day. Be kind, do good work, have fun.